And we are live. Right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of Let's Talk Butt Stuff. Um, Julene is here. It's not just her photo, but she's having some technical difficulties today. Um, so, welcome, Julene. Welcome, Damien. Glad to
Thank you for
have
having
you
me.
all in South Africa.
Thank you for
Hello,
having me.
hello,
Yeah.
hello, everybody. Thank you for the invite. I'm excited.
Welcome to our already 5 viewers. So tonight, we've had a couple of questions. We've been throwing a couple of points around. And we just thought that to our viewers, we're just going to address some common questions we've the three of us have all come across over and over and over again. And the first one is about, can I shower with my pouch or without my pouch? So over to you guys.
You want to go first, Jolene, or?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
I think it's a preference, right? And I think it's how do you feel comfortable, right? Now for myself, when it's not time for a complete pouch change, I shower with them. And never any problems when I get out. Our pouches are waterproof. You got to remember that.
Yeah.
So, when I get out, I either pat dry, use a blow dryer, or just kind of let it air dry. But that's my preference though. So I think it's different for each person, right? Each ostomy.
Mm,
What about you, Damien? What's your thought?
I'll be honest. I love my bagless showers. Love them. So every third day is usually, well, regularly. I have regular bag change days around that third, fourth day. That's when I like to shave head and around my stoma,
mm,
everything else. So my bag will come off around that third, fourth day. I can inspect my stoma. I do have a small granuloma, like I like to check as well to make sure it's still looking normal, not raising any further than what it should be. Um, and like you said, Julie, it's definitely a personal preference. I know I have
mm,
some followers that they don't like to have a shower without their bag. And yeah, like some people love it. And with the drying side, I love my creature comforts. I can't I can't go anywhere without my hairdryer. I mean, as soon as if my bed gets wet, yeah, I need to have a hairdryer on hand. So I get out of the shower. If I'm showering with my bag, like you said, Jolene, they're completely waterproof, so don't worry about getting them wet. And yeah, getting out of the shower, I'll use my blow dryer on my bag. Just one tip is don't put it too close because it does melt.
yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I've experienced that right at the start. I learned just from that one time and never did that again. But yeah, blow me bed, blow me bag with the blow dryer, and yeah, happy days. Everything's good.
Okay. So
Faisal, what about you?
I've got a closed pouch. So I change on with my colostomy. I change every morning and in the evening. Um, and when I have my shower in the mornings, I usually do it without my pouch. I take it off. I just let it
Mhm.
out. One thing that I did do, and when I got married, we built on a brand new ensuite, which included a shower, and I changed the type of drain in the shower to have a bigger opening
Oh
because
wow.
sometimes what does happen is that output still comes out, and it just washes away down the drain without any issues.
Oh, and having a
Um,
colostomy, your output would be a lot thicker too, Faisal, right?
yeah, it's a lot thicker than that on the ileostomy. I suppose it's a bit riskier, but I think at the same time, if you are a creature of habit, you're eating at regular times, you can start to predict when your output is going to come.
Mm.
So if I've eaten a little bit later than I usually do, I would have a little bit of an oopsie in the shower. But if I eat at the regular time at 6 p.m., When I shower at 7 a.m. in the morning, there's nothing coming out, and I can shower quite safe.
I'm definitely the same as well. As soon as I have a coffee or something to eat, I've got food running through my through my stoma within 20 minutes. That first thing that I consume in the morning. So when I get up in the morning, that's the perfect time to do my bag change. So I just make sure I just drink small amounts of water, just so I don't become dehydrated. But obviously no food. Yeah.
I suppose it brings us to the next question then, which we often get, is swimming. Can we do it?
So for myself, I actually just answered this question in one of my support groups. And so what I'm going to do, Faisal, I'm going to actually put some tips of swimming with an ostomy, but also want to get you all's opinion, Faisal and Damien.
Please,
so I'm just going to put it in here, and then Faisal can read some of them. And so those are my tips. Let's see. I just answered this. I think it was a few days ago. So I'm just gonna type them in there, and so you all can see. Let's see. Put them there.
All right. Swimming with an ostomy. Proper preparation is important before swimming. Empty or drain your pouch before swimming. Often you may have to do a complete pouch change after swimming, so bring extra supplies or products. For extra security, perhaps put barrier strips around the wafer or pouch. There are plenty of swimwear and accessories for ostomates. Wear what is comfortable for your ostomy. I can't argue with any of those. But what I found and works for me, and just to put people's minds at ease and not to show off, but I completed a triathlon with a stoma, so it's very, very possible.
Oh wow!
Nah, you're showing off now, Faisal.
And 2 years ago, we were in Zanzibar and I went snorkeling with a stoma. What I do
that shows that nothing's impossible with an ostomy, right?
Exactly. The only thing that I do is I wear a rash vest. The surface wear it, but I wear a tighter one. For those who know what rugby is, you get that second skin that you can wear under your rugby jersey. So I prefer that sort of tighter fit. I just found it gives me extra security, especially in the pool, because I think that chlorine, as Jeline mentioned in her tips here, be ready for a pouch change. And I think that chlorine has something to do with it.
Yeah.
So having that tight fitting top over, downside of that is it shows all the belly rolls. But it does offer extra security.
That's awesome.
You, Damien, any swimming with your pouch?
Nope. No, you can't swim. Two reasons. It's too cold right now here in South Africa. So no swimming. And the other reason is if my bed gets wet, I have to get out and dry it. So, but I avoid the swimming. I avoid the swimming.
The beard of yours, eh?
But if it's regarding the ostomy, there's no reason why you cannot swim with an ostomy. I was swimming in those first 3 months. I was swimming. I find what works best for me is just make sure you empty your pouch before you go swimming.
Yes.
I don't know if everyone's seen, but those extenders you can use, the half sticky things.
Yes.
If you're concerned about your base plate coming off, you can always use those. You can get those from, I think, every ostomy company. I think you can get those through.
Pretty much.
Yes.
And you can stick those around the base plate. I I use a hernia support that I use every day. I've just literally just got back in from the gym now, and so I've got that hernia support on, and they're not. It's not a belt. They're actually like shorts. So they're shorts, so they're high waisted,
Yeah.
and so they go up over my ostomy, and I use those for swimming. I'm just about to promote those on my page actually in the next month. So they'll be up on my page, just to sort of throw that out there. But
What's the page called for those who don't know?
yeah, sorry.
What's the page called for those who don't know?
Oh, I'll have the link up on my page. Yeah, Crohn's Ostomy Life on my page up there. So so they'll be on my website. They'll be everywhere. But I find they are great for swimming because they stop your bag from flapping around too. If it just gives you that comfort knowing your bag is close to yourself, I guess, and secure. So yeah, so getting out, I mean, it's not a big deal if you don't have a blow dryer on hand. I think like Jolene mentioned before, you can just pat dry it. That's fine. They dry very quick because they're quick drying material. They're waterproof. And yeah, there is no concerns with swimming.
Chilean says, yes, I wear weighted shorts and fitted tank top. That's my swimwear. It works for my ostomies and it's cute. Typical fashion model.
Awesome. Perfectly said. Perfectly.
To our viewers out there, if there's any questions, please drop a comment. Thank you, Candice. Candice is saying, loving the information being shared. So yeah, I think that covers a lot about the swimming, and I suppose it goes for any sort of physical activity. Just be prepared. Oopsies. I think no pouching system can guarantee you 100% security.
True.
Just
Right.
be prepared. Personally, for me, having a closed pouch, I prefer putting on a fresh one before I go into the water. And if I'm spending the day out at the water, I make sure I've got a change of pouch. I can change in about 4 hours at least.
Right. And I agree with Faisal. Also, like if you're swimming in beach water, that's salt. So you want to make sure you bring those extra supplies and products with you, because again, you probably do have to do maybe a complete pouch change after swimming. So you just kind of keep that in mind, whether you're a beach, your ocean, your bathtub, I don't know. Just anywhere you go, really. Also, extra supplies.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, then I think the next question, and before we went live here to everybody watching, that circulated between us. A question we're getting often is relationships, intimacy with a stoma. How do we cope? Julene, I know you had yours since a baby, but you also got married with a stoma.
Yes, I was, but no, 14 years. But I think one thing that really helped me in that area was communication, right? But also feeling comfortable, with your ostomy, because that's a whole nother subject too. But that's also important too. Talking to your mate or your partner and making sure they understand. And then that's all a part of communication as well. Yeah, but no problems in that area for me.
Yeah, it's me too. When I was single, when I got my stoma, that was 8 years ago. Can I have a quick shout out for me? Yeah. On Monday post, I just found out I'm 8 years cancer free.
We got to celebrate that. Yes.
That is so good.
Yeah, and 5 years ago, I got married, and it was about communication. It's not easy, but when I realized I liked this woman, you know, I brought up the topic, so I have the stoma, and the conversation flowed from there.
Yeah.
I think it's getting over that, and if we don't open up and talk, that's where the problems can come. I think Jolene. Oh, sorry, no, Damien, you were saying that there was some woman that reached out to you and said they don't feel sexy with their stoma.
I've had that numerous times, Faisal. From men and women. Private messages, yeah, it's so heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking that their partners they don't have that support there. It's just whether it's mostly women more than men, because men don't really like to talk about their feelings, I guess, as much as women do. I think it's getting easier. I mean, I think for the men, because I'm a man talking about ostomies and speaking about out there. So I find a lot of men are reaching out to me as well, and opening up. But yeah, a lot of women talk about they don't feel sexy, they don't feel confident, towards themselves and their partners. It is heartbreaking. Like it's it's a hard one. Like it's that confidence that you need to find yourself, and you need to have that supportive partner, and have the communication. The communication is huge.
Yeah,
it's such a thing. And like I've said, like if you've tried all of those things and you still can't work it out, I mean, obviously you're not with the right person, and that's just being blunt.
Sorry, before I make a comment there, I just want to say, Cornell, thank you so much for your comments. But please, I'm not an worm. He says, worm lekker, man, 8 years kicking ass. So for Damien and Jolene, worm means uncle.
There you go. I've learned something new today. There you go. Awesome. Thank you.
Just, yes, communication is key, but I think for the ostomate, the one thing I'd like to share is if you have the correct prescribed pouching system, there is no reason for you to leak or have any sort of skin issues. That's going to give you a lot of security. And I was chatting with a nurse a little while ago around this, and how does she support patients with it? And there's for women there's lingerie, the crotchless teddies that you can put on, so you still have that little bit of a cover over your pouch. There's all sorts of things that you can do. But I agree with you both. It starts with the communication and speaking about things. You get your covers that you can do. And again, the same as swimming. Prepare yourself. Clean out your pouch or put on a fresh pouch if you can.
Yeah.
But having the correct pouching system, there's no reason why you can't be intimate with your partners.
Exactly.
Okay, we've got a question. Firstly, we have Ms. Chetty saying, well done on this topic. Then, hey guys, from Cornell, I have a question. When you got your stoma, did talking to the stoma nurse help you accept the reality of having the stoma?
Who was it referring to, sorry?
So Cornell asks, guys, I have a question. When you got your stoma, did talking to the stoma nurse help you accept the reality of having a stoma?
That was, mine was hard because mine was emergency surgery. So, I was battling with a perforated bowel for 2 months, obviously with Crohn's for 2 decades, but then I had a perforated bowel, which no one between 3 hospitals over 2 months could work out that it was actually a perforated bowel before they actually worked out perforated bowel. So by that time it was emergency surgery and it was rushed in straight away, not even knowing I was getting bag till about 6 hours after surgery and coming out and looking down and I've got a bag on my stomach, right? So I had a lot to face. So, I was only in that hospital for, maybe 2 weeks after my surgery. So my stoma nurse was great at that time. But she had to empty my bag, change my bag at that time because I could not accept it at that time. Honestly, it probably took me a good 2 months to accept my stoma, to accept my ostomy. And she helped, but stoma nurses, like as soon as you get out of hospital, you've got that aftercare for that little bit of time, but as life goes on and time goes on, you lose that interaction with your stoma nurse. So, and then you're finding your own research, but they are great at that time. But if you can keep talking to them, it's great as well.
I think what I'd like to share there, Cornel, is that I echo what Damien has said there. Your nurse does play a role, but as the patient, you need to realize that there's a settling period on that stoma. Once you have the surgery, and you won't necessarily have the perfect fitting pouching system off the bat. Your stoma will change shape and size. If you've been very ill leading up to your stoma surgery, you may have lost weight. And now after the surgery, the health improves, so you start eating again and your body shape changes, which means your pouching system is going to need to change. So it is important to realize that you could have challenges finding the pouching system that's going to work for you for various reasons. So it's important to, again, that word communication, communicate with your nurse all the time. And just know that this communication is going to help you find the pouching system that fits. And once you start getting that security of a pouching system that's working for you and it's giving you that security, it becomes a lot easier to accept.
Yeah, for sure. See,
Thank you so much.
I've got a point mentioned on top as well. Like ostomy nurses, there's only so many of them. You know what I mean? Like so once you get your surgery, they do help you afterwards. But then you get more. You get more patients with ostomy. So they can only care for so many as well at the time.
Yeah.
You do have to find your own research. Reach out to groups, reach out to people that have already got ostomies. That already live that experience.
For sure. There's also nothing wrong with speaking to your nurse and asking your nurse to sort of hook you up with a patient that will be willing to speak to you. So you can have that sort of almost peer support, if you will. And that brings us to another question that came in here from Capano. Hi, you buddy. I'm 30 years old. So far, I've been through, and it can be challenging letting someone opposite your situation understand. I'd be comfortable having someone with the same similarities. I fully get that, Capano. It's easier to speak to an ostomate about a stoma. The same way it's easier to get support from someone who's been through a divorce versus someone who hasn't been through a divorce. In our case, there are a lot of ostomates, but a lot of them are still in hiding. So it starts with you being comfortable with the fact that this is my new me. This is who I am right now. And that sort of accepting the stoma starts with you. And then along with having the correct pouching system that can give you that confidence, there's no reason. There's no reason for you to keep it open. I was very afraid in the beginning, going back to work, speaking about it. And it wasn't until I was having challenges with my pouch and having a few accidents in the workplace that I opened up, spoke to my manager. She created the space for me to be able to speak to it. I then spoke to my team, and the support has been amazing. As soon as people get to understand, the conversation becomes easier, Capano. Then we have I don't want to butcher this name. Damien, I don't know if you can see the comment on the screen. I think this is one of your friends.
Yeah.
Is it Sanaya? Sanaya Chetty. She's saying it's heartbreaking seeing the comments on ostomy groups. People feel like there's no hope for them to pursue relationships due to the intimate aspect. You still with us, Julian? Okay, sure. Please forgive Julian. He's having some she's still on here, but she has been having some technical difficulties.
No. I thought she was just being quiet, waiting for her turn to speak.
But yeah, Sanaya, I think you're right. It is sad, and sadly put, it's unnecessarily sad. Slightly, or for those viewers in South Africa, especially those in the public healthcare system, it is very difficult to accept the stoma if you're not getting the correct pouching system that you need. But I think it also starts with you to be confident enough to stand up and say that, listen, I have a right to get what it is I need here. The product is available. It's not like it's not available.
I fully understand what you're saying there. So I agree what you're saying there, Faisal. Like what Sanaya's saying. Like it's heartbreaking reading some of those comments through the groups. With people reaching out and asking for help, and they're not getting that support at home, or that or people even understanding. So that confidence definitely does start with you, but you've got to, just reach out to other people and talk about it. There's so many ostomy groups out there. There is a lot of help. There's no need to do anything alone. That is for sure.
I see Julene has commented here on Facebook, so she is still with us. I think she's just having problems with her mic and the camera. My support was initially my family. Mom and dad always instilled in me, I'm more than my ostomy, and I will be and live a full life. And I think Julene has proven that she does do that. And again, I think it starts with us accepting this. And again, communication. Start with the loved ones, with those immediately around you, and let the confidence bloom from there. Then we have another comment here. I'm loving the comments tonight. Wahid, what are pharmaceutical companies doing to assist ostomates find the correct pouching system? Isn't their focus on profits as opposed to getting a patient the correct system? I'd like to answer that one, and then maybe Jalene, Damien, you guys can jump in.
Oof.
As SAS, we say there is no Rolls Royce of pouching system. And I'd like to use the example of spectacles to illustrate what I'm meaning here. The function of spectacles is to help you see better. So let's for a moment assume Damien wears spectacles. And as you can see, I've got my 4 eyes. Damien and I cannot interchange our spectacles. Even though the function of the spectacles is to help us see better.
Same with an ostomy bag, right? Yeah.
There's a difference in the prescription. You have multifocals versus bifocals versus monofocals. You may have a sensitivity to light, so you need a tint on your lens. My frame may not fit Damien's face, and vice versa. His frame may accentuate his beard that he's so proud of. I don't have a beard. And it's exactly the same.
I'm just proud that I can actually grow here anywhere, man, because it doesn't grow up here anymore. So I have to look after what I have, right?
So the pharmaceutical companies aren't the one responsible for issuing the pouches. Your companies, your Coloplast, your Hollister, your Convitex, Oxmed, who just launched in South Africa. They create pouching systems that work under certain conditions. Having a qualified stoma nurse that understands your biology um, understands the body, um, is the one that helps prescribe the solution that works for you. And I'm going to use myself as an example here. So I'm on a closed pouch. So I change twice a day on average. I live in Cape Town. If I relocate to Durban, as an example, I can tell you now, I'll probably end up using more pouches in Durban than I do in Cape Town during a month. And it's got absolutely nothing to do with the carry weight. It's got everything to do with the humidity up there. I'm going to sweat more. The same way, a person that works in an office is going to have a longer wear time on someone who uses the exact same pouch, but they work as Damien did, works in a mine. Um, it's a physical labor. So there's a lot of things to take into consideration when prescribing the pouching system. I hope that answered your question there. Wade? I don't know if you have anything to add, guys.
I think you've pretty much covered that, Hazel.
Okay. And Wade is following it up with saying great initiative by SAS. We're using the SAS platform, yes, but it's an initiative by 3 individuals on the screen here. But thank you so much, and we will definitely hope to build on it with your support. And Wade, if you guys have any questions, any topics you'd like us to cover, just drop us a comment, and we'll pick it up in the next episode.
Yeah.
We have another question from Peter Cherry. 1 month after my colon removal 3 months ago, I developed a peristomal hernia. No idea why. Chatted to the surgeon on Monday. He told me it will need mesh to repair it. I want to start exercising. Is it okay? Peter, it is. I know of people with a stoma. There's a good friend of ours, Natalie. She's up in Johannesburg. A couple of weeks ago, with her hernia, she just got off a bike after riding 100 kilometers over the weekend. So it is very possible to exercise and get active again. But I will advise that you do it in a controlled environment with someone that knows and can guide you.
Mm-hmm.
Convatec has a program they call Me Recovery. The information is on the website. It'll teach you how to brace your core, how to start engaging your core again. But the fact that you have a hernia, I wouldn't advise a physiotherapist, not because they don't know what to do, but there's a difference between a physiotherapist and a biokineticist. A biokineticist deals more with lifestyle, where a physiotherapist deals more with the rehabilitation side of things. But Peter, I've got you on the WhatsApp group. I am busy arranging something for you for everybody on the SAS group, and maybe we'll bring it into our live if the guys agree to it. But we have a program called Ostomates on the Move that we've initiated.
Great program.
Oh, you've been there, Julie, when you were here last year. And welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but that was I really liked that. And only did it for a few minutes. I wanted to see how it does, and how it, how the instructor helps. And so it was really good.
And again, I'm gonna show off you if I will. I've been going to these guys. I've lived for, like, as I mentioned a little earlier, 8 years now. I have my stoma, and it is only in the last 3 years that I started actual gym exercise. When I say actual gym exercise, I mean incorporating the core. And on Monday we did testing, Monday and again this morning. So they look at what's the max you can lift at. On Monday, I squatted with 100 kilos on the back. This morning, I deadlifted 120 kilos. Prior getting involved with them, I was too afraid to lift 40 kilos. So, with the correct guidance, with the correct supports, and I'm going to call it customized training, customized to your needs. You can definitely live a full active lifestyle, Peter. But keep in touch on the WhatsApp group, Peter, and we'll be sharing some more stuff on that. Let's see. Fashion related. This one's for you, and it's from Capano. This one's for you, Jeline. I've looked and got interested in Jeline Taylor's image on the announcement on the group. The couple pouches are so fascinating. It's reconstructive on how creative it can be.
I want to say thank you so much for that question, but I want to say my mom used to always say, work with what you got, right? And so I have these two ostomies, and I do want to clarify that's actually not a bad cover. I was doing a campaign photo shoot, and I have a very, very good friend who's an artist and a designer. She painted
Oh, no.
no, yeah, she painted on the flyer, guys. She painted on my pouches. And so of course I couldn't use it, but for that time, yeah, so it was a great, great campaign, and it actually made it onto my city's billboard, and our city largest billboard in our city. And so just up in the sky, up in the air, um two ostomy bags and pouches, and
Mate,
yeah, so it was a good experience. It was fun. Again, work with what you got. We have an ostomy, but it doesn't have to have us. You understand? Like, it doesn't have to take over our life. And so
Yeah.
I've made it a part of my modeling career. And so it has opened many, many, many doors, many doors. And it's, inspirational and motivational. And so that was fun doing that photo shoot.
For those who don't know, Jeline's image, I think that one Capano is talking about, was on, I forget the state, Jeline, or the town that you were in, but it was on the biggest billboard in that town.
Yeah. Yes.
Well done
Yes.
to you, and thank you.
Yeah.
Um,
Just goes what Damien said too. We can do and be and do anything, with our ostomies. We really can.
yeah, you are what you make of it.
yeah.
I used to always think that ostomies were just for, old people, like, uh, when I was younger with Crohn's. I'll be blunt. I honestly thought ostomies for old people, when I was young with Crohn's. And I didn't really want to even know about ostomies. I knew about them, but I didn't know a lot about them. I didn't really want to know about them because I thought, oh, no, no way, man. There's like, I don't ever even want them.
That's
And
so
then
related.
once I got it, I realized there are so many young people with them. I mean, it's like, I didn't realize actually how many people are with ostomies, right from, people getting born with them to old people to, everyone in between. And I don't even know where I'm going with this now, but, I mean, they're all over social media. I mean, you can be cool with an ostomy.
You can.
It's,
No, you can.
yeah.
Damo, you're also inspiring Erika here, who says, Damo, your beard looks stunning.
Erica, how are you? No, it's a bit of a mess. I just got back I just literally just walked back in from the gym. So, yeah, no, it's not great.
Wahid added to his comment. He said, not quite an example of this would be a filter or non-filter system. Companies are bringing in their warehouses that sell and not what patients need. That's my point. Wade, I'm assuming you are based in South Africa. Damien made a comment before we came live, about the filters, and I'm going to leave it over to you to respond and keep note. He's basing this on his experience from Australia already.
About the filter systems?
Yeah.
The filter systems with the bags?
With the bags. They don't
yeah.
work.
How do I word this? Oof. All right, this goes for every brand, I reckon. I mean, I haven't found a filter that actually works with a bag.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean I think they're about as they're great. They're good till they actually get output in them. When they get the output in them, they block straight away. I think you can use the little stickers. I know with coloplast they come with the little stickers, and you can put over the filters. I think they're supposed to be. I've never honestly ever used them, but I think you put them on before you have a shower, and it's supposed to, not block the filters and make the filters last a bit longer. But I always find with the filters never working, I always just make sure I leave a little bit of air in my bag after I've emptied my output. I don't mean like a whole lot of air like it's a balloon, but just make sure you've got a little bit of air so you're so it's actually not acting as a vacuum. That's what I used to find. How I used to get leaks was because I've got no air in my bag, the filter blocked up, so the output's got nowhere to go. There's no air for it to actually drop into the bag. So what it does is it pushes back behind your base plate, and that's where it leaks out through the back there. So just saying again, make sure you got a little bit of air in your bag. I find that stopped all leaks for me. I don't get any leaks at all.
I think he's also. I think he's Wahid. He's mentioning that when he was in Australia, he bought pouches without filters, and he's looking for more variety here in South Africa.
Yeah, I found every bag I tried in Australia had filters, and I've tried a few. I've tried what have I tried? The Hollister. I've tried the Danzak. I've tried the Coloplast. I've tried the salts. They all had filters on them. But when I came here to South Africa, like I've been here for 8 months now, I ordered 6 months worth of ostomy supplies from my ostomy organisation. So I pre-packed everything and brought everything over with me. But I haven't actually used everything because I only change every 3 to 4 days, like I said prior. So I've still got quite a bit left over yet.
But Wahid, I think what I'll do is and now suppliers don't want to bring the non-filter pouches into South Africa. What I'll do, Wahid, is I've got a meeting next week with the suppliers again, and then I'll bring up the question and try and find out why we're not getting these non-filter pouches in South Africa. And as soon as I get some feedback, I'll post up on that for you. I'll drop the comment. I see you commenting on Facebook. I'll drop the comment on this video on Facebook for you. But for now, guys, I think Jeline is also going to have to get back to work pretty soon. Thank you so much to everybody watching. We hope you've learned a lot. Please let us know either on our individual platforms or on this platform the types of topics you'd like us to cover. Maybe we can look at having 1 or 2 other suppliers on board and talking to you guys about pouches. Hopefully that can work. Wahid, Erica says that she gets the non-filters from Hollister. So you may want to look at that one. Thank you, Erica.
Thank you.
But thank you so much, guys. Jeline, tomorrow, 4th of July. Have a good one.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
You guys.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for joining, too.
Kunal, it's been a pleasure, bud. Thank you so much for that. And Damien, let's chat up. Hopefully you're still coming down to Cape Town next week. We've got that run at the Cape Town Festival of Running.
I honestly haven't even thought about it, but it's been so hectic. But I'll have it. What date is it?
It's on Saturday the 13th. For those watching based in Cape Town, 12 o'clock on the Sea Point Promenade. We've got one team from SAS. We've got a team from Proteski, and we've got 2 teams from Cancer, who's going to be participating in a 5x5 kilometer relay on the Sea Point Promenade.
Awesome.
There's a festival of running happening over there. We're not racing. There's going to be a lot of walking. And it's just trying to create a space for estimates to get together socially. Come and join us. We're going to be picnicking. So yeah. Ms. Chetty, thank you so much for your comment. Thanks for the insight, guys. Demo, we love your videos. Keep it up.
Oh,
thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you,
And
thank you so much for everyone
we'll
that came on.
see you guys next time.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Bye for now.